What's up, guys, and welcome back to Athena's Garage. In today's video, we're replacing the bushings on the swing arm on the Scrambler 500. Let's get right into it. As you can see, the transmission is actually not in here yet. I still need to put it back in. We're still working on it, but I thought while I'm waiting on some stuff, I might as well fix this swing arm. It's loose. It was missing this thrust nut. I believe this is what this is called. And it's missing a washer on this side plus a whole bushing. And this side is loose. You have to get this side loose to get the transmission off, but you don't have to take the transmission off to change the bushings on the swing arm. So first things first, you need to actually get the clutches off. So I'll show you how I did that. To do that, you're going to want to remove your clutch housing there, your clutch outer housing, and then you're going to have access to your primary and your secondary clutch, which I have off to the side over here. And to remove them, you're gonna need a puller. I'll have this puller link down below in the description. I got it off Amazon. Super easy, pops right in there. You unbolt the primary clutch and this just slides in, tighten it up, pops that clutch out. This secondary clutch supposedly is supposed to be really easy. You don't need a puller, you just work it, wiggle it off. Well, that wasn't the case in my scenario. I had to use a puller, actually had to modify the one that I got in this kit that I'll have linked. It was kind of a pain, but I got it done, and the secondary clutch came out. Once that is out, you then can take off the rest of the clutch basket here, this piece. It's just a couple bolts, I think it's 3, that hold it on, and then you have access to this swing arm bolt down here. Now, in order to get these things out, you're gonna have to have a 1 3/4 inch socket. It's a massive socket. This is the socket, it's massive. So you're gonna have to have one of these. I actually ordered this one off Amazon. I'll have it linked down below. It fits perfectly on these 2 outer swing arm nuts, and the pivot nuts, pivot bolts, actually I think they're called, and you have to get those off in order to get the swing arm off. So now you're caught up with where I am. Let's get this thing off. Come to the rear of the thing, put a jack underneath here, and we want to jack the rear wheels off the ground. And then I'm gonna get some jack stands and set them probably underneath the footwell things over here. The rear should be off the ground. Rear wheels anyway, should be off the ground, yep. Now you're gonna wanna remove your chain, find your master link, pop it off. Loads of videos on how to do that. Mine's already off, so can't show you that. Next, get this rear brake caliper off. In order to get this off, we have 2 9/16 bolts here. We're just gonna get these things loosely off of here, and this caliper should come right off. Now that the bolts are both out, your brake caliper slips right off. Great time to redo your brakes too if you need to. I need to, but I don't have new ones. And now we don't wanna let this hang from the hoses here. So what we're gonna do is tie something to this and probably tie it to the frame and just let it hang up there. Maybe a zip tie or something to this would probably be fine. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. As you see, I just have it hanging up here on the frame with a zip tie. Now this next part might be a little tricky. We need to remove this rear shock, and supposedly it's Loctited, and you need to heat this rear bolt up to break and loosen the Loctite, but I don't have a torch to do it, so I'm just going to attempt to do the, oh. Well, that was extremely easy. I don't think that's normal. It probably wasn't Loctited. Now our suspension is off of here. Make sure nothing else is on there. It's gonna fall off. And our swing arm will fall down now to the ground, I believe. Yes. So I didn't realize, but I did skip a step. I will put the service manual page literally right up here somewhere. I was supposed to remove the wheels before I did the rear shock. So I'm gonna jack this thing back up a little bit, pop these wheels off, and then we should be able to lower the shock down. Wheels are off, so now we can get to removing the swing arm pivot bolts. Now's when we need our big ass socket here, and I'm going to take this off with this ratchet. Hopefully it comes off pretty easy. Well, it's coming off super easy, so probably because there's no weight on this thing, and there's no nut on the other side of this. So I think I can, yeah, I can literally get this out by hand. So there's our pivot bolt right there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then after that, our swing arm should be free if I did everything correctly. Here's this side pivot bolt. It's already loose. Yeah, this thing's hand tight. Now, okay, there's that one. Now we should be able to actually pull the swing arm right out. Yep, it comes right out. Well, there we go. There's our swing arm. Your next step would be to take this nut off that I don't have in your washer. So that literally we don't have to do because we don't have one. Now I got a new one of these and a new one of these on this side. It's the same thing. You just kind of work that out and it comes right out. So I got new ones of each of these. We're gonna put them in and hopefully try to pull these bushings out. I don't know how easily they'll be to pull out. Might be able to stick something in here and pop them out that way. Not sure on the correct procedure to get these things out of here, so working on this side because it's just kind of easy. I'm just working that around. Boom, that's off. This side's actually missing the lip. I think that was supposed to be there. Unless it comes out this side. I wouldn't imagine it does. Ooh, don't do that. Yeah, these are definitely bad. I got this one out. I just used a socket. Wasn't the right size. If it was a little bigger, it would have been better, but that's what we had to do. Now I'm gonna clean it. It's the next morning and we got our little washer here in, and with our nut, and these are all the things we got. They actually sent more than what we needed. So you have to have the split bushing for the left side of the four-wheeler and the full bushing for the right side. I guess that we just got an extra one, which is kind of nice. We're gonna go ahead and put these things in, and that's really it. I don't think I'm gonna grease them until they're all the way in. So really, we should just be able to open these things up, hopefully, and slide them in. All right, so this is the left side, this is the right side if you flip this thing around. So this side gets the full bushing, this side gets the split bushing. So here's our full bushing right here. I believe, do we want to put it in this way? I don't actually really know which way they go in. I want to say it's this way. Boy, that's tight in there. I'm going to have to hammer that sucker in. And then here's the other two split ones. You do want to put these in first. So I know this one is obviously, I don't think they have a specific way they go in. But this side goes in that side, and then this one obviously goes in on this side. They just kind of smush in there. And I think that one should go in that way. And then we can put our little like pivot bolt sleeves. I don't know what these would be called, but they go in there. This is this side, and this one is this side. All right, so I just kind of slipped this in there, and I'm just gonna tap it in with this mallet. I mean, I don't know the correct procedure, but this is what I'm gonna do. So there we go. That side's in. Now we just need to tap these two in here. All right, these were kind of a pain. You just kind of have to really squeeze them to get them in. And then once they're in, you just tap them in. The bushings are in. Now we can move on to these metal sleeves. I could probably reuse these old ones, but this is a whole kit that you can get from Niche. I'll have this kit linked down below. So it's kind of nice. We're just gonna have to pound and do the same thing, slide this thing in. So this is the one we put on this side because it gets the washer and nut. And I think it's just gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be kind of tight in there. So I may have to get this mallet and pound it in a little bit. Just like that. It's not going in there very easy, so maybe I'll throw some lube on this thing and be able to stuff it in there easier. So unfortunately, pounding this pivot bushing in, it popped out, or yeah, the pivot bushing popped out these bushings. So I got a socket that'll kind of fit this, and I'm hoping I can try to pound it in here. I don't know any other way because it has to go over this nut. So, and I don't really have a lot of space here to hit this. I'm not exactly sure the process to go about this. And this swing arm is so heavy and misbalanced that you can't stand it up, and doing it while it's down is kind of awkward. So I'll try this method and hopefully it works. I'm having problems getting this bushing on, and so I thought maybe throw this nut on there to maybe if it'll get a grasp on here. The problem is I'm messing the threads up, and I can see why they didn't put this on originally, why they left it off. But I'm hitting the threads on this pivot washer, the bushing thing here, and it's messing the threads up. So I was really hoping I could get this on there. Hopefully I didn't mess these threads up too much. I can't grab a hold with this, so I need to knock this thing down a little bit more in order to get it in there. And it's just very difficult to do because there's no way to get around this thing. I'm not sure how they anticipate you to do this because it doesn't say anything on the instructions on how to do that, which is unfortunate. So I don't understand what they expect you to do here. Not sure why that was so difficult, but I got this thing in. I ended up going to my neighbor's house and using his vise to literally press this in as much as I could until I could get this nut on here. And the nut thankfully went on eventually, but it didn't catch a lot of threads, and some of the threads are messed up because of me hammering, and it squished this bushing pretty bad. It's not how it's supposed to be, but it is what it is. And I forgot, after I had already got that on there and torqued to 120 foot-pounds, that it's supposed to have Loctite on there. So hopefully it stays on there. I guess we'll find out because I'm not undoing this. But I do know we need to put Loctite on the pivot bolts. So once we get over to the quad, I'm going to set this back up there, slide the pivot bolts through, and then that's where we have to torque to 150 foot-pounds, and I'm going to throw some blue Loctite. It calls for red. I don't have any red, so at least blue will be something. All right, we're going to put this thing over on the quad. Oh, this is very heavy, by the way. It is not light like you would think. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be light, but it is definitely heavy. I'm going to slide this under here and then actually jack this up some like that. So definitely be easier with a two-person job here, but I'm all I got right now, so why aren't you going in here? Yeah, like that. Okay, please stay there. All right. We need to throw some blue Loctite on these threads. Let's slide this other one through. They fit a specific way into these slots. They have angles here, so the bolt can only actually fit in a certain way. So hopefully it fits in there the right way. This one I can spin to fit however I want. This other side I cannot. This side needs to spin so I can fit it in. All right, I got that side just to slide in. And there we go, this side's in. So now, both sides are in. I'm gonna get some blue Loctite, blue thread locker. That's all I got. And I'm gonna soak these threads and torque this bolt to 150 foot-pounds. Now this other side, I can't technically torque down until I put the transmission in. So essentially, this is the end of the video. I mean, all we got to do now is hook this spring back up, the rear shock there. Easy. Again, I'm going to put some blue Loctite on those threads since they were supposed to have them and they didn't. And then torque this to 150 foot-pounds. And then really, that's it. Hook your chain back up because you shouldn't have to remove your transmission just to do these. Like I already have mine gone. So that's where we're at. Gonna get our shock bolt here, put some blue thread locker on it, slide it through. I got this jack underneath here still to kind of help hold this. I don't know where that bolt is gonna work out at, but you can see we need to maybe jack this up a little bit there. Wiggle it through, just a touch down, right there. Should wiggle through. Get our nut, throw some more Loctite on there because some of it came off, and thread this bad boy back together. This thing is, I don't know what the spec is. I'll put it up here if I found it. I just torque this thing as tight as I can get with this wrench, little hand wrench stuff here. So now if you were done, you would have torqued that other side to 150, and then you could put your wheels back on, your chain on, your brake back on. But from here, we're probably going to call it quits because I still have to throw the transmission in, and I'm not to a point where I can do that yet. So, all right, guys, that's going to be the end of this one. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it helped out. I will have links in the description for all the stuff that I used. You will need a vise. It would be highly advisable to have one to get this bolt over there torqued to 120 foot-pounds. That's probably the best way to do it, unless you have another socket to throw on the back there. So you could order 2 sockets if you don't want to, use a vise. But I also use the vise to help press in that bushing. It's the only way I could get it in. I'm not sure if it was too big or what, but I got it in there. Everything's done. I will throw some grease in those zerks after I'm all finished up and all tidied up. But for now, that's going to be it, guys. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I kind of look crazy, but thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one. Hope you have a nice day. That's it. Bye.